What up, everybody? This is Houston Sports Social, back at it again with episode 33. 33 episodes in the book. My name is Justin.
My name is Sean.
Shit, we got Sean back?
Oh, damn.
Son.
We got
Came
Sean.
out of the fucking woodwork,
We got
dog.
Sean back. Sean.
What's up? Hey, anyway, it's your boy Sham Wild, Sham Amazing, Sham Bam. God damn, what's up, people? Let's get this party started. Let's go.
All right, we got a good episode for you today with some guest callers, too, but we'll get to that. We got some NFL news, some Rockets news, some NBA news, a hot trade deadline. A lot of people moved around.
Hell yeah.
Hey, no, fuck all that. Let's talk about the goddamn Super Bowl.
Okay, we can talk
Let's talk
about
that.
We can talk about the Super Bowl. But let me. So we got one little thing on MLB, and then we got boxing and MMA stuff with UFC 234.
Hell
So
yeah.
without further ado, let's touch on it. Okay, so the Super Bowl, man, that was a. I thought it was gonna be a shootout, just because both of the offenses were like just top notch.
Trash.
13-3, 13-3.
Trash.
Who would have bet on that? Like, what are the betting odds that you would have bet on that?
Look, okay, so
I expected more.
I wanted the Rams to win, but you already heard me say it. But yeah, the Patriots going to end up winning.
But in the way
Patriots
that they
gonna
did with one
it was a
offensive touchdown?
defensive. It was a defensive game. It was weird, dude.
So you can't even get mad because
Yeah.
Wade Phillips did hold him to 13 points.
I guess, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
And look at this stat. This is from just the Patriots Twitter page. It said the 2018 Patriots allowed 7 points in the first half of the 3 playoff games. The last team to do that was the 85 Chicago Bears. And you know the 85 Chicago Bears were known for their like stellar defense, right? Mm-hmm. They had Ron Rivera, they had Mike Ditka, they had all of them boys, and they were like the best defense ever in the NFL, you know? So it's crazy how they turned it around because the Patriots last season, like their defense was like really like almost at the bottom, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then now they turned it around and they're like almost the number 1 defense in the league.
so with the Super Bowl, so it was. Who do you think won the Super Bowl?
The Patriots, what do you mean?
No. Like, what part of the Patriots? Do you think, like, the defense?
Nah, it was
the
the
defense.
defense.
The defense, for sure, 'cause they held them to 3 points.
Because, I mean, yeah, the
And this is
offense,
the
they
Rams.
did score.
Yeah.
But it's like, you can't even put it on Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't win this one.
But he found a way. He
did find a way.
hit
That's
Gronk
true.
with that pivotal catch right at the goal line for Sony Michel to go in.
So, at this point, is it safe to say he's the best?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Really?
I mean,
He's got 6 to prove it. I mean,
Really?
He's got
his
6.
argument.
Really?
It's all about
Well, it has a lot to do with.
You know what?
What did you judge Jordan on? His rings, right?
No.
What do you mean?
I judged on his skills.
Okay.
On
but
his skills. It wasn't just the rings,
his
though.
skills, the result of his skills. is
That's
what?
true. He got him rings,
got
but
That's-
I don't see how that's fair. You just judge like just on rings, bro. Because Peyton Manning was shit like his
He
his
only got
last
2.
season.
He only got 2.
But still, he got rings though, right? Even though on that last one he was shit, right?
Yeah.
2 rings.
Just saying.
6
But you
rings.
know what?
That's just like LeBron and Jordan. Who has more rings?
Jordan. But at the same time, it was a different league back then too, so you can't
Exactly.
really
It was
judge on
harder.
that too.
It's hard. It's hard
It
to.
was harder, and it was in LeBron's favor for going by that because
No.
it was harder back then.
You know, so I'm gonna bring my homeboy Dub on.
Oh
real
yeah, we
quick.
got our first guest. First guest.
First
What's up?
guest.
What's up?
First guest. I'm bringing him on because we had a conversation about this. Hey, Dub.
Hey, what's up, Mike?
What's up, man? So, we had a conversation about this, a couple weeks ago. You know, we had a conversation about this a couple weeks ago. I think you said Tom Brady was like the best ever.
Yes, Tom Brady, unfortunately, is the GOAT, bro.
Okay. First of all, you can calm down, like, because you're at a 10. I need you to bring down to a 5
Go ahead.
right now, okay?
Give him a proper introduction, man. Give
Okay,
him a proper
I
introduction.
did give him an introduction.
Oh, you did. You
It's
said,
my
I'm gonna
boy
bring my-
Dub, all right? He's a professional spades player.
Okay.
You know,
Professional spades.
No, I swear, we were playing spades one day, bro, and he was looking at all us play, and he looked at some of his cards, and he just said, only a fool will watch himself lose. Bro, he's about the same age as me, but he said some old school shit. I didn't like him when he said that because he walked off real cool. Like, I didn't like that shit. Like,
Yeah.
That was his mic drop moment. He
that was his mic drop moment. He just walked out. I was like, get the
damn.
fuck out of here.
Damn.
But all right, Dub. So let's go ahead and continue like that conversation we had last time, bro. Why do you think Tom Brady is the best just of all time?
Because most people that you even consider is the greatest doesn't even have half of the Super Bowl appearances that he's won.
So you're saying for all of the Super Bowl that he's been to, he's won half of them. That's what you're saying. So that
He's been to 9 Super Bowls.
yeah.
He's won 6 out of 3. I mean, he won 6 of them, lost 3 of
Okay, yeah. So would you say just his greatness is because he's gotten to the Super Bowl 9 times? So that's what you'd base his greatness
So
off
he's
of.
won 6 rings.
Yeah,
And he's in top 5 of all stat lines, passing yards and touchdowns.
yeah. So would you say he's greater than even, let's say, a Joe Montana or just any of the greats? He's number 1 in your book right now.
He's number 1 of all time because of his Super Bowl rings. He got more passing yards than Joe Montana, and I believe he has more passing touchdowns than him too.
All right, so rebuttal.
Okay, hold on.
That's
Rebuttal. Okay, rebuttal.
Okay.
He's got a
Joe
rebuttal.
Montana. I'm just saying, like Joe Montana played at a different time when the league was harder.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. For one, like I feel like we cannot put it all on Tom Brady. And I said this: if you put Tom Brady in another system, he would not thrive as well. I think if you put Drew Brees where Tom Brady is, Drew Brees will make the team even better, like straight up, because he knows how to work with bad teams. Imagine him on a better team, he'll be even better.
If we're going to go down this whole what-if path.
True.
Barry Sanders, what if he was on another team? Would he ever want a Super Bowl? Like, all these questions, it's what if, but it's what it is. You know what I'm saying? He's in that position. He's worked in that system his whole career, and he had a whole different core of receivers almost every year and still produced the same numbers.
Yeah, but the system made them all better.
Had a star receiver.
Yeah.
He never had a star receiver? He had several.
Star receiver, but it's not. He haven't had a superstar receiver. The only superstar
He had Randy
receiver
Moss,
he had
though.
was Randy Moss that year when they went 16-0.
What about he had Terrell
Damn,
Owens, right?
16-0 and lost that one too.
No, not Terrell Owens. But I mean, you still had Wes Welker, who he made a superstar out of.
And they cut him too.
Right. But I mean, you still had Wes Welker, who you basically a superstar on that team at the time. And then you still have Julian Edelman too.
Welker is a role player. You put him on another team.
That's true.
A superstar. He's not
That's
a
true.
receiver.
But then again, he does put in work though.
That's good in that system. When he went to Miami, Wes Welker was a no-show.
That's true. That is true.
Into Miami. Okay.
So with that being said, I think piggyback on that. So you feel that if you put Tom Brady in any other system, do you think he would still be the GOAT? Let him talk.
I don't know. He can make every throw. There's no throw that he cannot make.
Yep.
He can throw it deep, short, out routes, in routes. He got it all. So that's hard to say that he wouldn't be able to fit. It's just the only thing knocked on his game is he's not a mobile quarterback.
Okay, but with that being said, so you know how that term system quarterback is thrown around all the time. Would you consider Brady a system quarterback, or would you just consider him just an all-time quarterback in all facets of the game?
He probably, right now, we'll have to consider him a system quarterback because
Okay.
we've never seen him play under anybody else.
Yeah.
He's never had to change head coaches
Yeah.
or teams.
Yeah. I asked.
Have to put him as a system quarterback.
Yeah, I asked that because you know how everybody is just like, if you put this quarterback on this team, they'll do great. If you put that quarterback on that team, they'll be great. So that being able to plug and push, that kind of like attributes them to greatness. So you feel that Tom Brady wouldn't be able to just be thrown in, let's say, like the Rams offense or God forbid the Texans offense.
Not too much on the Texans.
No, I'm just saying with this line. Hey, man, if you put Brady on this line, that he'd be dead.
He'd be clobbered.
He'd be dead.
He'll be dead. He'll be set. Like Brady, he's been in like his whole career. He's been blessed to have a great offensive line, and the offensive coordinators he's had are been great. But like I said, it's more of the system, that Bill Belichick system that's out there, man. Because every offensive coordinator or somebody else that leads the Patriots, they go out and try to do their own thing. It's just they don't have that same greatness that they was producing out there.
Yep, players and coaches as well. Shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we got Sean on the line here. Sean wants to ask you something too.
So compared to Michael Jordan and Tom Brady, do you put both? Because they always get classified. Well, now that he has 6 rings, they're classifying both of them as the GOATs of the NBA and one of the NFL. Do you feel like the level of difficulty was the same for both? Or is it hard to distinguish since they're 2 different sports and the complexity is quite different?
It's hard to compare them both. Like, I mean, Michael Jordan, he is, to me, the best player of all time right now.
Mm-hmm.
We still don't know what LeBron's career might end up being, but as of right now, Michael Jordan still got that edge over LeBron. And to try to compare him to Tom Brady, it's 2 different sports, but at the same time, they both playing in 2 different eras of their game. So, you know, everything was more harder in football. Football was a more run-dominant back then.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was.
And basketball was more physical back then. Now the rules have changed. So, LeBron can keep playing for however long he wants and will eventually surpass maybe Michael Jordan's stats. But Tom Brady right now, he's thriving, so he's already passed a lot of old heads stats, and that's why his numbers are the way it is.
Yeah.
Cool. I got one more question for you, if I could, Dub. So you know how Jordan has LeBron coming at him, you know, at his heels, kind of. Who do you think is the LeBron for Tom Brady coming up in the league right now? Who do you think is like right on his heels, trying to vie for that number 1
I
spot?
don't think I see anybody.
Who do you think is the closest to being the LeBron to Jordan in the NFL to Tom Brady?
Hey, that's a good question.
Not even Rodgers, I think.
It's an open door. Like, Drew Brees is to me, honestly, is the only person,
Yeah.
like, I would put second him out because that man,
Really?
he's unbelievable, but he just doesn't have the rings, you know, to compare. But, like, talent-wise, Drew Brees, and he's up there, but, like, just to clear out and say that's going to take over when Tom Brady leaves,
Yeah.
hey, the NFL going to be open.
Yeah.
We don't know who's going to be in the Super Bowl after that Tom Brady era.
Yep. I was gonna agree with that. I was gonna say Drew Brees too, because I feel like talent wise, he's the closest one stacking up with Brady. I would say Rodgers too, but Rodgers, like you said, doesn't have the rings to like that pedigree to come up with it. But Brees is a consistent.
Drew Brees is already up there in age though too. So
Yeah, he's up there, but he's the only one with the pedigree that can make all the throws. That's like consistently like at the top of
I
his
think
game.
he has
you
like
know?
over 5,000 every season.
And he stayed with the Saints. So.
Yeah. All right, Dub. Well,
We appreciate you coming on the show, man.
yeah, we appreciate you coming on the show. This doesn't prove that you're right. It doesn't prove that you're right. I still say Aaron Rodgers is better. But, of course, I mean, if you're just going about rings and shit, then I guess Tom Brady won.
Look at Aaron Rodgers' numbers.
You're right.
Since he won that Super Bowl and since their last Super Bowl appearance,
They went down.
his numbers haven't been the same. And just look at his receiver difference that when he was having all this success, like he had receivers. Now he don't have receivers, so now he's not putting up those great numbers like how he was. So that kind of should contest to the Tom Brady comparison.
So because Aaron Rodgers doesn't have the receivers, he can't get up to where Tom Brady's at.
He's not putting up the numbers.
Yeah, he can't put up the numbers. Right. Okay, well, all right, Dub. Again, doesn't prove that you're right. I'm just the Matt Scarlett of the show. That's fine. But, hey, it's cool having you on. I appreciate you coming on, dog.
No problem.
All right, brother.
All right, man.
All right, man. Take it easy, man.
You too, man. All right, bye.
Man, good dialogue, man. That was really good dialogue. Really good dialogue. That worked out well.
That worked out really well.
You agree with him?
He has some really solid points, though,
Yeah,
man.
he does. He does.
I mean, is he a big time Brady fan, or is he? What is he like? What team does he go for?
No.
I think he's a Brady fan.
No, he's a Texans fan.
Yeah,
Like
but
straight up. He's a Texans
he
fan.
realizes
But he
that
knows
Brady-
football
Yeah.
first, right?
Right,
yeah.
exactly. Like he knows his sports. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
I see what you mean.
Yeah, he knows his sports, so I can't really knock him for that. Of course, agree to disagree.
Yeah.
Like, agree, disagree.
I like how he was making his points without having to be like raising his voice.
I know, and like I hated it. I hated it so much.
That's what you mean when he's like really slick and like really.
I told you,
laid back
I
and
told
cool.
you, because he's like real smooth with it.
Okay, gotcha.
And like I hate that shit.
I hate it.
Like,
All right, cool. All right, so let's move on to our next point. The New York Jets have Adam Gase as their head coach, and they have Greg Williams as their defensive coordinator. Greg Williams is known for Bountygate when he was with the Saints, where he was like paying players to like get sacks and like actually knock people out and stuff. Now Joe Vitt is another coach on the Jets. Now Joe Vitt was actually on the Saints, and he actually had to testify against Greg Williams. So this is coming from Larry Holder on Twitter. It says, Joe Vitt on Greg Williams during the Bountygate hearings. Quote, I want to show you here the situations where Greg Williams is a liar, where Greg Williams is narcissistic, where Greg Williams has lost his mind in situations. And now, February 2019, they're back together on the same coaching staff. So that's awkward because he had to testify in court. The Saints were just one call away, though, man. They were one pass interference call away.
I can't really give it to him because depending on what these offseason moves or anything that happens, that's the only way you can tell with the power rankings.
Yeah, that's true. I honestly think the Saints are going to come back, and we actually have a caller that's going to come in shortly to talk about the Saints. A Saints fan, I'm assuming, right? Cam?
yeah. He's
Who
a Saints fan.
Hardcore Saints fan?
He's from New Orleans.
Was he pissed about the call?
Who wasn't pissed about that call?
I was pissed about that call. I don't even like the Saints.
We'll find out later.
We'll find out.
trying to call him and see if he's ready.
We'll figure that out. But let's move on until he comes back.
That'd have probably gave better ratings if it was that team that made it.
Yeah, right. Next point. This is coming from Field Yates on Twitter. Julio Jones turns 30 years old today. His 10,731 career receiving yards are the most by any player by the time he turned 30 in NFL history.
Oh, wow.
That's just Julio Jones being a beast, man. I love DeAndre Hopkins. I really do, but they're 1 and 1A, man. Like, he's not better than Julio. I think they're either equals or Hopkins is a little bit lower.
But Julio's been on... Man, they were so close to the Super Bowl, too, but
Yeah.
the 2 years ago. But, of course,
Yeah.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady does Tom Brady thing.
Dude, they were...
I mean, okay, as much as let's talk about Tom Brady, I feel like we don't talk enough about Bill Belichick. We really don't.
Yeah. You think,
Bill Belichick is one
I
of
guess
the
because
main
he's not the
reasons
one
why-
out there doing the plays. He's just the one calling the plays.
calling the plays,
He's behind
but
the
the thing
scenes.
is-
But it takes a lot to call those plays.
You know
it
what
takes
he,
a lot of
he
intelligence.
does? He's like y'all remember a show called MacGyver?
Yeah.
Well, it's like where he's
That was
trapped
really
or
before
whatever.
our time, but yeah.
Yeah, he's trapped or whatever. They had a reboot. That's what I'm talking about. But
Oh, yeah, that's
it's
right.
like he's trapped in certain situations, and he'll use like a toothpick, a rubber band, and a pencil, and he'll make an escape weapon or something, and he'll get out of a tricky situation, right? So that's what he's known for, just a survivalist kind of. Now, the Patriots always take other people's cast-offs, right? They had Philip Dorsett, who was a first-round pick from the Colts. And they made him into a solid, usable receiver. They took Josh Gordon, right? They take all these broken parts. They take all these things that people have given up on, that nobody believes in anymore. And what do? They turn them into winners. So that's why I think Bill Belichick is the freaking MacGyver of the NFL right now. Because, all these people are trying to get character guys. The Texans in particular, they're trying to get character guys, good character guys or whatever. But the Patriots... they'll take these bad character guys, these dudes that have picked up on drug charges, these dudes that have done this and that, been suspended before,
Murder cases,
and they'll do their time, and then they'll pick them up. They'll buy low, right? I didn't hear it.
I said murder cases.
Murder cases. So they'll buy low, and then they make them winners, and then they sell high, right? Next offseason, Malcolm Butler, he saved that Super Bowl once, right? And then they made him into a usable top cornerback. And then what they do? They traded him to Tennessee for a lot, right?
So really, it's kind of like they're buying these broken down houses, going in, flipping them
and selling them for a couple mil.
Exactly.
But the reason why they thrive is the reason why they're upsell is because of the system.
And and not just the system,
And that's how they make the.
But he like I don't know what it is. He's like the player whisperer or whatever. But he makes them work, man. he talks to them, and they buy into the system.
They buy into his system, and once, like you said about Wes Welker, he went to the Dolphins, and he just was a no-show because he wasn't in the same system.
Yeah.
But we also forget him being on the Broncos, and I feel like he thrived in that system.
Yeah.
He was with the Broncos.
Well, at the Broncos, yeah.
But then again, they did have Peyton Manning, which
man.
I understand that, but still. You know what I'm saying? So I guess
That's when Wade Phillips was with them at the time, right?
Defensive coordinator, I believe.
Yep.
Dude, he's a good defensive coordinator.
man.
We should get him back, dude.
I hope so, man. Speaking of Miami, Danny Amendola just got released from Miami, and he was the Wes Welker when Wes Welker couldn't be Wes Welker. Remember, he tore his ACL in the preseason.
Yep.
He took over that spot. Now, I feel the Texans should make a play on him because Kiki Kuti was supposed to be that guy for us, but he keeps getting hurt. And
Part of the game.
Danny Amendola is fast, so we need that speedy, short, gritty wide receiver. That'd be perfect
Dude,
for
I
us.
want Edelman.
Yeah,
dude.
because so
Edelman's not. They're never gonna let him go. They're never gonna. He's a hero there.
hold on, quick question.
He's Jesus in New England right now.
How much time do we have Will Fuller for?
Well, we got him in. We got him in
It's on his
15.
rookie contract, right?
We got him in 15. No,
Dude, he tore his.
He's tore his twice.
ACL. No.
He ain't gonna be the same,
before it
bro.
was his hamstrings. This was his ACL.
Oh,
He ain't gonna be the same, bro.
he's not gonna.
He'll
be the same.
probably lose a step, like speed wise, but he can still make all the.
No, but I'm saying, how many years is left?
When was he drafted? I think
Those 2
he's
years
still on
ago.
his rookie
like
contract.
2 or 3 years ago. So
You think we should keep him?
No,
I
don't think
so.
so. That's
Demarius, I don't think
26
Demarius Thomas
He was
is
drafted
going
in
to be.
2016, so he's played 2 years of his rookie contract. So he has 3 more years on his rookie contract for cheap.
I can't see us keeping him. I can't see it. Like, I like the kid.
I see us
but
giving him his whole rookie contract.
They don't know what they're going to do with Demarius after he got hurt. He says he wants to stay with Houston, but
if you
he's
can't-
already older.
Yeah.
His
especially if you can't do your job. I mean,
That's crazy, yeah.
Yeah.
They have a decision to make because DT he was like the poor man's Andre Johnson. He's big, muscular, and he could like create separation. But our offense, the Texans' offense, was really based on speed because Will Fuller would take the top off the defense because they had to respect his speed, and so that opened up the inside for DeAndre Hopkins, who isn't that fast, but he runs good routes on the inside. So without that speedy person taking the top off DeAndre Hopkins, they were just sitting on his routes and they just let him do whatever. So that's just what I think. But anyways, moving on. This is coming from Evan Silva. So the Eli Manning situation. Eli,
poor guy.
I know, poor guy. He was their savior, and now he's just public enemy number 1. Releasing Eli, this is coming from Evan Silva. Releasing Eli Manning before his $5 million bonus comes due on March 17th of this year would save $17 million versus the cap. But the sense is the Giants will keep Manning, and requesting a straight pay cut from a player beloved within the organization seems unlikely. So I don't think they're going to get rid of him, man. I think he's there to stay. But watching him this past season, it was rough. Like, I almost feel bad because he looked shell-shocked. That line, after they paid Nate Solder all that money, he was just getting shellacked, man. And Eli Manning's not mobile in the least sense of the word, man. He's a stand-up guy, just like Peyton was. And so just to see him get shellacked like that was kind of crazy. But
The fact that this guy came from getting 2 Super Bowl rings and now he's just
public enemy number 1. They hate him. They feel like he's wasting OBJ's because he's on a rookie. Well, no, he just signed his extension. They're wasting his talent, OBJ's talent, because Eli can't get the ball to him. So I don't know what they're gonna do, man.
But how can they hate a guy that got the
Got them
organization
to
two Super
Their
Bowls?
only Super Bowls, yeah. Well, no, I don't know. Yeah, but he got them to 2 Super Bowls in recent years, and they both were against the Patriots. So I don't know, man. I don't know what they're gonna end up doing with Eli, but we'll be watching that closely. Now this got a bunch of local Cowboy fans heated. So how would you classify Dak Prescott? Would you say he's elite, good, average,
Average.
below average, or bad?
Average.
Average. I think he's average, mediocre at best.
I think a little bit above average.
A little bit above average. Yeah, he showed them the playoffs a little bit.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. So I can't. I'm not gonna just sit him and say, "Oh, he just average." No, he's a good all around player.
Yeah.
So
this is coming from Pro Football Talk on NBC Sports. It says Dak Prescott expects Cowboys to pay what he's deserved. Now you were looking at a quote earlier too, Sean, where he wanted to be paid along the likes of who? You said Aaron Rodgers?
No,
No.
absolutely not.
Well, he was comparing to his. He literally. It was so stupid what he said in that interview.
Yeah.
He basically said, "I'm not going to take a pay cut
Yeah.
like Tom Brady did." Because
Tom Brady,
he
that's
literally
right.
said Tom Brady has a wife that makes money, and he's not the primary breadwinner in the house.
Yeah.
So why should I take a pay cut? I don't have anybody like that. I was like, what does that even mean?
Wow.
He literally said that because obviously Tom Brady is married with a Victoria's Secret model. But I'm like,
But that doesn't matter.
what does that
dude.
even have to
That
do
doesn't-
with what he gets paid?
Exactly. He took a pay cut because he doesn't need the money because he's already winning championships. So, and he wants to win more championships. So
That's
the
what
organization can
that's
get him
what
more
winners
people.
do. They take pay cuts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But obviously, Dak Prescott's not a winner. So
Yeah, and Cowboys owner Jerry Jones already promised an extraordinary contract for Prescott, who no one deserves to get paid fairly more than he does, according to team executive vice president Stephen Jones. This is coming from the same article. Now, going off of what you said about the wife, nobody's wife makes, this is quote, nobody's wife makes as much money as his wife does either, Prescott told Trista Crick of USA Today. When Tom Brady isn't the breadwinner in the home, that's a great problem to have. Dang, what the heck? So in that case, he can do that. He can do his contract however you want to do it. Wow.
Dude, that makes me
Bro.
just want to look up her damn net worth. Like,
Is
But
Prescott,
is she really making that much?
is Prescott worth Aaron Rodgers or Matt Ryan money? Negative. He's 32 and 16 since the Cowboys made him the 4th-round pick in 2016.
bro, what?
Yeah.
Dude, that's insane. Like, why is he throwing all this shade?
He's averaged only 3,625 passing yards per season with 67 career touchdown passes.
Only?
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
you're not even touching Tom Brady. You're not even touching. Well, no, Aaron
That
Rodgers' stats has dropped still, but still, you can't even touch Aaron
That
Rodgers.
ain't
So,
it,
no, you're
Chief.
not worth that
ain't
money,
it.
dude.
I understand trying to outsell yourself, but that ain't it, Chief.
No, bro.
That ain't it. But,
And you know, Jerry ain't gonna go for that.
yeah, but Jerry's the one who said he deserves to get paid, but I think they're gonna lowball him.
No.
Honestly,
Oh, yeah,
they're gonna lowball
lowball
him big time.
I would.
Yeah, y'all got anything else on the NFL?
Uh,
Oh yeah,
F the Cowboys. Other Cowboys.
F the Cowboys.
So, well, obviously he's not answering, so he's probably asleep.
He's probably asleep.
He's probably asleep,
All
so
right, well,
don't
tell
worry
him,
about it.
Tell him
So-
we'll catch him on the next episode.
Oh, yeah.
We're
for
gonna brush up on some NBA in a little bit, right?
Yeah, we are.
That's that. Spurs 22nd in defensive rating.
He pulled that up just for you.
No, that just
I
popped
hate
up.
him. I hate him so much.
All right, so we're gonna go on to the Rockets. This is coming from Stanford KP on Twitter. Quote: Since the Rockets were 11 and 14, they've gone 21 and 8, a pace equivalent of a 60-win team. They've added Rivers, then Fareed, now Shumpert. And oh, by the way, they didn't have CP3 or Eric Gordon together for almost all of that stretch. This team, when healthy, will be right there with the best. Dude, facts. It's all facts. Like, you can't dispute anything that they just said right there. When is Clint Capella coming back? You said he's coming back in 5 games after All-Star break? Honestly, when this team is healthy, like
Because All-Star break's already next week.
yeah, when this team is clicking on all cylinders, they can keep up with the best of them. A lot of people just
I'm really eager to
yeah.
see how.
I remember seeing on
Iman Shumpert
Twitter.
plays.
You know how Twitter is like just volatile. Some people were saying like, yeah, the Lakers are gonna be the surprise team. They look kind of crappy right now, but they're gonna surprise everybody. And who's taking the Rockets seriously? I was like, what? Like,
Well, I mean,
Well, off of the injuries, of course.
but like, yeah, exactly. Like, you know why?
Yeah.
And then like, all you guys was in this win now mentality.
Yeah.
And y'all kind of messed up some trades and stuff. So it's like, so I wasn't looking at the Rockets.
Yeah, but the Rockets, they made a bunch of moves. Previously they were locked under the luxury tax. So they traded away Marquise Chris and Brandon Knight. They picked up Nick Stauskas and Wade Baldwin, and then they flipped those immediately. And now this is coming from Jonathan Fegan on Twitter. He says, Rockets GM Daryl Morey said moves today were, quote, to create flexibility to be able to play the buyout market, open a roster spot, and create flexibility now and down the road. So now, this is ultimately in win now territory because they're not restricted by money, so they can go after free agents now or later. A lot of people thought they were going to target Wesley Matthews and Wayne Ellington.
He's going to Pacers.
Wayne Ellington's gone too. So I honestly,
The only guy that I see that's eligible that Pelicans just released is Markieff Morris
Markieff Morris, yeah,
on a buyout.
I think, and he knows he's cool with Harden too. So hopefully, because he can guard Durant. I honestly feel like that's the number one priority right now. Find somebody that can guard Durant.
Because you can lock up Curry.
Shumpert can kind of do it, but he's not tall and he's not big enough to stay with Durant. They need somebody else. So hopefully they pick up Markieff Morris. We'll see how that goes.
They're just trying to get guys that are 3-and-D guys because I like the way. Well, did you see that quote that I sent you? I forgot who tweeted it, but they said that that last game that I think when Iman was playing when he was guarding Harden.
Yeah, he only hit 4 points.
He only hit 4 points on him, and then Iman was like, "Make sure you tell Harden that." Yeah, that was pretty. That was actually really clever.
Yeah. I'm glad he's on our squad now. More Rockets news. This is coming from David Weiner. If the Rockets converted, this is just about Daniel House. You know how everybody's wanting him to get signed, but just due to the logistics and stuff. He's saying if the Rockets converted Daniel House's 2-way contract for the rest of the season NBA deal today, he would count about $530K against the cap tax. That likely takes Houston out of the buyout market. That figure goes down to $8,546 each day, so they'll probably wait a while to do that. Fun. So they're probably.
I don't think Daniel House is going to get back with. They're not.
If they're going to pick him up, they're probably going to pick him up at the end of the season.
You can't.
Yeah, you can. Like right before the playoffs, you can pick up people and they'll be playoff eligible right before the playoffs. It has to.
But he has to wait till the G League is over.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. The G League is over.
I could have sworn D'Antoni said even if it's over and they try to pick him up, he won't be eligible.
I think it's terrible, man. See, because it says first comment 61.88 days until 530K reaches zero. So April 10th, the last day of the NBA season, also the day he needs to be signed to be playoff eligible.
Okay, April 10th, the last day of NBA season.
Also the day he needs to be signed to be playoff eligible. So on April 10th,
when is the G League over though?
G League, I don't know when the G League is over. You
have to look that up.
Yeah. So hopefully, because he was really pivotal, that whole greenhouse effect was a really good stretch for the Rockets. Hopefully they can pick up on that.
But what do you think he's going to play though? Let's say they do get him,
just for depth, man, because we have 3 roster spots open. We don't have anybody to fill that.
You just want it for depth, but D'Antoni wants. He's gonna He has a lot of guys where he doesn't need a 7-man rotation like we did last year. That's why we got gassed out.
Yeah.
For the Warriors, because it was 7 guys.
I think he knows now because we have depth, like reliable depth now. Because last year we didn't have reliable depth.
Not even Anderson was a no-show
exactly.
even in second or third round.
But now we have people that we can plug in, and then they'll actually contribute. Which we haven't had the luxury of having before. So
I think all the guys that we have now can be utilized in playoffs every round
for sure. Every
round
that we have, yeah. So speaking about that, Iman Shumpert. This is Chris Paul on Iman Shumpert. This is coming from Rockets Insider. Chris Paul and Iman Shumpert quote, "I'm excited about it. I've been knowing Shump for a while. You watch a lot of games in this league, and Shump got dog. When I say that, hoopers know what that means. He's scrappy. He get after it. Somebody like that I can play with any day of the week." See, that's going to be great. We need that defender.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, who's that scrappy defender that we have now? Before Shumpert.
It was. What do you mean before Shumpert?
Before we picked up Shumpert, who was on our current roster before this? Who was the scrappiest defender on our team?
I was about to say Jared
Scrappy
Green.
PJ. I mean PJ, but no, not PJ.
I was gonna say Jared.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like we didn't really have anybody that would really get after.
I mean, the only scrappy guy before that was obviously PJ, Patrick Beverly.
But we don't have him anymore.
Yeah, obviously.
So we didn't have anybody with
I
that
still
dog.
don't think PJ's that PJ's slick, but and he's a good post defender. But the only thing that I hate about PJ is that lately he's been a real liability on the offense. And 2 points ain't gonna do it, bro.
Yeah, at least Shumpert can contribute on the 3-point line and stuff.
I need 10 from you at least.
I want to watch this game tonight. I want to watch this game tonight and see how he contributes. So yeah, we'll see how he contributes tonight. Now, because we got Iman Shumpert, we had to dump James Ennis III. This is coming from Jonathan Fagan again. With Iman Shumpert deal, Rockets moving James Ennis III to Philadelphia, source said. Deal just for option to swap second rounders. Dude, Philly is stacked. They just got another
scary,
depth dude.
bro.
James Ennis wasn't like a superstar at any means, but just depth wise.
Bro, can we stop making the East better? Can we
The
stop
Bucks
doing
got
it?
better.
You heard LeBron said?
What?
LeBron said the East is doing all this because they don't have to run through me anymore.
He said that?
I was like, get out of here, dog.
Nah, well the Bucks got stronger too. They got Mirotic, bro, from the Pelicans.
Yeah, they did.
Dude, that dude's solid.
Yeah. Now I got some audio for from our newest rocket, Iman Shumpert. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and play that now.
Yeah. You know where I'm gonna be at. Shit don't stop. Just more work in a new color.
More work in a new color, man.
All right.
He was already working. This is the day after he got traded.
I'm gonna tell you the straight up facts though about when a player goes to a team that actually contend is that they know for a fact they can contend for a title.
They play.
Iman was like, yeah, I appreciate the Sacramento Kings for da-da-da. Okay, that's all you got to say. It's a political thing. You just got to kind of kiss ass about it.
You don't want to burn any bridges or anything.
Yeah, you don't want to burn any bridges or anything. But he knows for sure he's going to work differently here.
Yeah.
Because he worked differently when he was with Cleveland and LeBron.
Winning helps everything, man.
Yeah.
Winning helps everything. Even because you played sports when you were little. He played sports when he was
I
little.
played.
Whenever you're winning, everybody just has that boost of energy and they play better. But when you're losing, you don't want to seem like a sore loser, but like your effort level just goes down just a little bit more. It's just like that. Winning makes everything better. So I feel like when they're winning, when they're actually going through, he's already scrappy as it is. He's going to get even scrappier, and that play is just going to get elevated. And so hopefully this all pans out, man. But really, I just want to watch this game, see how he gels with the rest of the team.
That's one thing that I've seen an improvement with Gerald Green.
Yeah.
Dude, by the way, Gerald Green has scored who was it? Oh yeah, Houston Corey from NBA Red Nation. He actually looks at little small things. Well, Gerald Green in the last 3 games has scored 59 points.
Oh, no shit.
So he scored 25 versus Phoenix, and then that other game he scored like 17, and then he just scored 25 versus the Kings. So that's 50, almost 60 points that he scored in 3 games. And he pretty much just kind of put all the big names like Kawhi, Russell, everybody. None of those guys. Those are all all-stars. None of them scored 50-something points.
Dude, I keep getting an itch every time you say Kawhi's name, dude. I don't know why.
An itch?
I get an itch, bro. Like,
dude.
My balls itch because you said Kawhi.
bro.
He's in a different system, and he ain't the same Kawhi.
He is in a different system.
He ain't the same Kawhi. I'm telling you.
But we're definitely not the same Spurs. I mean, we're still playoff contenders. We're number 7 right now. Mm-hmm. But it's just...
We'll look up the Western Conference.
I don't know, man.
Now in the NBA, let's look at trades. So it was a busy trade deadline. So for this month, one of the major trades is the Raptors received Marc Gasol from the Grizzlies for Jonas Valanciunas, Dion Wright, C.J. Miles, and a 2024 second-round pick. Now, how do you grade that trade?
The only thing I didn't like was Jonas was on an injury, right?
Yeah, he was injured a little bit with his thumb. I think he jammed his thumb or something, and it broke or something.
If it wasn't for that, I don't think him and Marc Gasol would have been a good trade if it wasn't for that. But the reason why that's the reason why they did it. So who they got Marc Gasol? Who else to get?
That's it. They just got Marc Gasol, and then the Grizzlies received those 3 players, and then a pick.
Gasol ain't that good. Not for all those guys.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know, but I guess they really wanted him. Another deal.
They need a big guy. That's why.
Another deal that we had was the Pistons got Thon Maker from the Bucks. The Bucks received Nikola Mirotic, and then the Pelicans received Jason Smith, Stanley Johnson, and 4 future second-round picks via Detroit. Now, Thon Maker, he was already kind of complaining that he wasn't getting enough touches or whatever, so I guess they cut that off. But man, Nikola Mirotic, when he's healthy, he's a sharpshooter. So the Bucks just got even scarier. The Bucks are scary. Bucks and Sixers.
Bucks are scary, but
Bucks and Sixers.
But it's going to be between them and the Sixers in the East trying to compete. I still think the Raptors will be up there with them once it comes to playoffs.
Yeah.
Because now they got Gasol.
Yeah.
So they got a big guy, really. Gasol and Ibaka.
Yeah. No. I got it. You keep talking. But yeah. I think so. I think, yeah.
Yeah, I see what you mean. But I don't know. It's hard to tell. I guess until you have full rosters is when you're going to be able to really distinguish what these teams have to offer with all these trades. Because once they trade and all that, just like when LeBron had his when he was in Cleveland, and then he literally gutted the whole team and got all these other guys from LA.
He almost did it again.
Dude, it's so funny. Why is he the only one that does that? Like,
I don't know.
he literally,
because he has to have he's a puppet master.
dude. He's with all the GMs, and he does that on Magic, dude.
Yeah, man. It's
Lakers are a mess right now.
They are.
It's a mess. Now that this Anthony Davis deal didn't go through, all these the Lakers are gonna say, you know what? If we're all that disposable, then
Yeah.
Fuck the playoffs.
Yeah, true.
Kuzma. Send Kuzma our way,
Yeah.
bro.
So next trade that we have is the Sixers finally cut off Markelle Fultz. So the Magic received guard Markelle Fultz. Sixers received forward Jonathan Simmons, a protected 2019 first-round pick, and then a 2019 second-round pick. That's a lot for Markelle Fultz, who's had a lot of issues in
Mr.
the past.
Yips.
You got the yips, yeah. Next thing, third move for backcourt duo. Pacers received Nick Stauskas and Wade Baldwin, who were traded like 5 times during this trade deadline.
This guy's just bounced around.
Yeah, rights to Marty Lunin and then a 2021 second-round pick. Rockets receives cash considerations. So I guess they were just doing that to get under the luxury cap, like I was saying.
That's exactly what he wanted to do.
Then Sixers received James Ennis. Rockets received rights to a 2021 second-round pick. Next, we had Avery Bradley going to the Grizzlies for Garrett Temple and JaMychal Green. The Rockets were in play for this, but the Grizzlies weren't about it. So I guess they got Avery Bradley for those 2 players. Then Lakers received Mike Muscala, and the Clippers received Michael Beasley and Ivica Zubac.
Michael Beasley, man.
He's been-
Michael Beasley stayed in the
It was
LA.
a first round, second overall pick. That's what I'm trying to say. And
Who,
he's-
Michael Beasley?
Michael Beasley, man.
That's
Well, at least he
crazy.
doesn't have to go anywhere. He stays in LA.
Yeah, he
True.
stays
He's
on
chilling.
You just move across the street. That's how you do.
literally move across the street. Then guard swap in the South. The Hawks received Shelvin Mack, and the Grizzlies received Tyler Dorsey. And then the Hawks acquired Jabari Bird and cash considerations to the Celtics for a conditional. The Celtics received a conditional 2020 second-round pick.
Okay.
Then Nets received Greg Monroe. The Nets
That guy-
Nets are kind of a surprise team this year. I thought they were still going to be like trash, but they're actually making moves.
Greg Monroe keeps
like,
getting
what
moved
happened
around.
with that? That's what I'm saying. Like the East is getting stronger, dude.
Yes, it is.
It's crazy.
Because LeBron's not there.
LeBron's iron blanket is not over them anymore. But Greg Monroe and a 2021 second-round pick go to the Nets, and then Raptors receive cash considerations. Now, the Rockets received Iman Shumpert and Nick Stauskas and Wade Baldwin, who eventually got flipped again. Then a 2021 second-round pick. Kings received Alec Burks and a 2020 second-round pick, and the Cavaliers received Brandon Knight, Marquise Chris, and a 2019 first-round pick and a 2022 second-round
At
pick.
least they're going to get PT time.
I know, right?
Because these guys were not playing at all.
Yeah. Then Sacramento Kings received Harrison Barnes, which made news because he got traded in the middle of a game. He actually found out that he was traded.
LeBron was
in the
crying
middle.
about it.
Yeah, I know.
So ironic.
Like he doesn't do that all the time.
Damn.
Mavericks received Justin Jackson and Zach Randolph. Then Blazers acquired Scal Labisiri, and the Kings received Caleb Swanigan.
Ooh, Jabari.
Bulls got Otto Porter from the Wizards, and the Wizards received Jabari Parker and Bobby Portis. Now, this is what you're talking about. Markieff Morris went to the Pelicans with a 2023 second-round pick. Pelicans are expected to buy him out of his contract. Now, the Wizards received Wesley Johnson, so hopefully we can play on
You forgot his last name.
Markieff Morris?
No, Wesley. It was,
Wesley Johnson.
Well, Wesley Johnson Harden.
Because he's his daddy, I got it.
Yeah.
Suns acquire Tyler Johnson and Wayne Ellington from Miami, and Miami receives Ryan Anderson.
Okay, that didn't matter.
Yeah. How many
Brian Anderson won that trade because he's going to Miami, literally.
Yeah.
So he's leaving.
Now, this was a crazy trade. This happened at like 1 a.m. or something. Philadelphia 76ers receives Tobias Harris, Boban Marjanovic, and Mike Scott. LA Clippers receive Wilson Chandler, Mike Muscala, Landry Shamet, 2020 first-round pick, 2021 first-round pick, and 2 future second-round picks. So Sixers have Ben Simmons, Jimmy Butler, Tobias Harris,
Joel Embiid.
and who's their other starter? Boban. Boban could be their 5.
Why? Then what the heck is Embiid going to be?
No, Embiid is their 5. I'm missing who their 4 would be. But they're stacked. Philadelphia's stacked right now.
You think
that's
their
scary.
bench is stacked, though?
Huh?
Is their bench stacked? Oh, well, they got. Is Tobias going to be one of their starters?
Yeah, I think
Is-
Tobias.
What is Tobias? Is he a shooting forward?
He's a forward. He's a small forward.
So that's okay. So you got your one. You got who's there? Is Jimmy going to play their point guard?
He's playing their 2 guard.
Okay, so he's a shooting guard.
Ben Simmons is their point.
Ben Simmons is their point.
Yeah. He can't do much else, so he just passes because he can't shoot.
Then I don't see them that. Okay, so that's a scary team.
Yeah.
But when you don't have a facilitator
Yeah.
that can kill you,
Yeah.
which is your 1. Because your 1 is very important. Your 1 and your 5 are your most important for me.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like. Your 1 and your 5, because you can do screen pick and rolls, you can do, lobs, all that, right?
Right.
So if you got a really good 5 and a really good 1, like a Curry, like a Harden, like a Chris, guys like that, you got, like, come on, Ben Simmons?
Yeah, so
He's 6'10", playing point.
Yeah, so we got to put all that on Ben Simmons. And don't get me wrong, Ben Simmons is good, when he is, whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't see that working. But I can't knock down Philly.
I'm not going to knock him down because they still have Jimmy.
Yeah,
but
so they can still do something. Maybe they can facilitate it through Jimmy instead of Ben.
Maybe they could, maybe, but I feel like Jimmy's more score first than pass. So we'll see. Another big thing that popped off was in the end of January, towards the end. Dallas Mavericks received Kristaps Porzingis, Tim Hardaway Jr., Courtney Lee, and Trey Burke for DeAndre Jordan, Dennis Smith Jr., Wesley Matthews, and 2 future first-round picks. Now, this was crazy because
That is crazy.
This is extremely crazy because it was just one meeting where Kristaps was just like, I don't like where the direction this team is going, and then bam, they shipped him off the next day.
I wouldn't like it either.
I don't know. New York's management is just
New York has been so trash ever since 90-something.
Yeah.
They haven't been any relevance.
Nope.
When was the last time they went to playoffs?
I don't know.
I
But
don't-
see, and that's why I said, when you go to the Knicks, that's when you want your career to die.
And it's crazy because they're the most valuable franchise in the league. They're $4 billion.
Yeah, because they have so much money.
Yeah,
but that's it. But they don't get wins.
They don't invest.
They don't get championships.
into good players.
Now, Anthony Davis' situation. This was him getting his first touch of the game. Go ahead and play it. I'm gonna have it
Did
on
they
the-
lose that game? Yeah.
Yep.
Tonight, Davis and Towns will jump it up in tonight's game, also available in Spanish on ESPN Deportes as New Orleans wins the tip. You just wonder how awkward it's going to be as you hear the boos for Davis as he touches on this first possession.
Yeah, so that was his first possession of the game. Now, the reasoning behind this is just because Anthony Davis called for a trade. Now, the reason he was playing is this is coming from Brian Windhorst on ESPN. He said 2 days before the deadline, Rich Paul, Davis's agent, called the league office and expressed concern that the Pelicans wouldn't play Davis if he weren't traded, sources told ESPN. Paul told the league that Davis wanted to play. Now, the league responded by telling the Pelicans, for every day that Anthony Davis doesn't play, we're fining you $100,000 because he's been found healthy to play. But the minimum is 25 minutes. Now, this is a close game that they played last night, I believe. The Pelicans played Anthony Davis for exactly 25 minutes, the league requested. So this is petty by the Pelicans, and it was a close game too.
And they lost it.
It was a close game and they lost it just because they were petty.
What do you mean it was petty, though? Because they didn't really want to play him?
They didn't want to play him because they want to keep his value up. They want to keep his value up. They don't want to get rid of him. I mean, they don't want to risk him getting hurt or anything like that because then his value just drops like that.
yeah.
You know, they can't. They're trying to get as much for him as
So
possible.
they literally did it at the 25 mark.
Yeah.
So Davis actually wants to play
He wants to play.
for the Pelicans.
Yeah, and his teammates even wanted him to play. So it's rough. It's just,
Well, it always has. It has a lot to do with the way you deal. It's the way you deal with the situation. I know it's a business and you get traded.
Yeah.
Like the whole deal with. Sorry, but the whole deal with Kawhi. He just twitched like.
Oh, God.
It's like hearing like an old ex or something. Just don't.
Bro, every time, dude.
Well,
Starting
it's
to
the way
hurt
you
now.
handle it, dude. The way they handled the Kawhi situation was horrible, dude. That shit was just the talk.
Yeah, I mean,
of the
even
whole-
though it was more on Kawhi than anything.
No, yeah, it was. But the fact that Anthony Davis is asked for a trade, more than likely, it wasn't even just him. I bet you his Rich Paul has a lot to do with his
yeah,
influence
and Rich Paul is one of those
of what he says. I'm pretty sure Anthony didn't want to leave New Orleans. Dude, you're
I
the
think-
face of
I
New
think he did,
Orleans.
though. He was tired of them not doing anything.
But like my thing is like
He's the face of it.
yeah,
though.
but I
see,
feel
but-
because in New Orleans, the owner he owns the Saints and the Pelicans, and I feel like he was giving more importance to the Pelicans. I mean, to the Saints.
Saints.
And so
Oh, shit, he owned
they weren't
both those
weren't
teams?
paying. You know,
Motherfucker owns 2 teams, bro.
why is
know.
for all the time that Anthony Davis was on the Pelicans, why didn't they get any high profile, flashy players to come help him?
Cousins.
Because they're cheap. They're
Cousins.
being cheap. They got for a cheap deal, but then he got hurt. And remember what Boogie said? He said a lot of teams weren't willing to pay me because they didn't want to take that risk, right? And he said the Warriors paid him $2.4 million.
No, they paid him $5
Yeah, $5 million,
for
but
1
still.
year.
You don't think any team, the Pelicans, could have re-signed him for that? They didn't. They let him walk. So why are the Pelicans being cheap?
I mean, but then again, like
He's your franchise player. You got to get him some help.
right. I mean, but then again, we heard Cousins had like a bad attitude anyway.
Yes.
I mean, but still, but at the same time, the face of the team said he didn't want to be there anymore, right?
Yeah.
He said that came out of his mouth.
Oh, so he said he doesn't want to be there?
He
He
said
said I got to.
okay, so
didn't
he
say
put
anything.
himself in that situation.
Yeah, he did. Now his agent is the one that requested the trade. No. He's the one who requested the trade, and so his agent got him. His agent did it, so he got fined $50,000.
Again,
Tampering.
it came out of his mouth. Like
Who
you're not gonna
gets
look
fined
at the agent. It came out of his
He got
mouth.
fined.
AD or Rich?
80.
AD or not? The
Yeah,
agent.
because the agent gets paid a percentage of whatever
Right.
Anthony Davis gets paid, so he got fined for it. Now, we'll monitor that and see. So the trade deadline came and went, and AD didn't get traded. So this is going to be an awkward few months for the Pelicans. So moving on, this
for
is
the Lakers too, because
I know.
they were in the whole mix of that.
Yep.
Oh, I like this one.
So this is via David McMenamin from ESPN. He says, after that blowout loss that they suffered to who they played? They played
Pacers.
Pacers, yeah. So he says Rajon Rondo gathered 8 other teammates after the blowout loss to the Pacers. Together in the hotel room, they rewatched the Christmas Day game and they started talking trash to each other. Next day, Rondo held a practice and the teammates challenged each other to a 1v1 and 2v2 games. And that's Rajon Rondo's from
What was
rallying
that?
the troops. I don't know, man. I don't know, because you know Rajon Rondo likes to talk.
I mean, but they were all talking trash to each other. I mean, people react in different ways to certain things, you know what I'm saying, to what was said. So it's like, say if you try to piss me off,
Yeah.
I want that's gonna make me be better just to spite you.
Just to spite you.
You know what I'm saying? And there are people that do react that way. Yeah. You know, not everybody's soft. You know, and need that type of encouragement.
Coddling and stuff.
Yeah, coddling and stuff. Apparently, those players didn't because they came to their practice and challenged each other. You know what I mean? And that's how they uplift each other as a team, which is pretty cool. I mean, you just gotta find a way how to talk to people, and that's John Rondo's way of talking to people.
Yeah. Did you see that picture during the blowout? Where
No,
LeBron
I did not.
was sitting like 5. So there's all the the bench players or whatever, and then there was like 5 empty seats, and then LeBron was sitting at the end.
Oh yeah.
You saw
I
that,
didn't
right?
see that.
So I
So
feel
did you see Chris Paul?
he tweeted that. Yeah.
Yeah, he tweeted that as well.
Yeah. So moving on, LeVar Ball is back.
Ugh.
And he's been saying some toxic stuff about Luke Walton, about Lonzo being. I'll just let you listen to
Dramas,
it.
bro.
It's
Drama
always a fun time with LeVar Ball.
Somebody gonna play.
We doing good. Because we close in age. We got a lot of the same. And then you ruined it by talking about Lonzo is better than LeBron. You know that's not true. You know that.
Why?
What you mean, why?
Why? Because LeBron been in the league for 15 years? I mean, how do you judge LeBron being better than my son? I ain't gonna say nobody better than my son.
It's okay if it's the truth.
But if my son can play, which I know what I put into
not
him,
saying he can't
as
play.
far as shooting and passing and playing and running, LeBron hurt. He getting old. He getting old. He getting old.
LeVar.
I tell you this, he can't guard Lonzo on that fast break.
LeVar.
Can't move that
Your
fast.
guy shooting 23% from the
He can
three-point
shoot
line.
10%.
40% from the free throw line. How can he be better than the GOAT?
You talking about percentages shooting on free throws?
Okay.
Don't tell me about no free throws.
Okay, what about the
He been in the
free
league for a long time. What LeBron shooting from the free throw line?
Like 68%.
I can tell you what. He been in the league a long time
He
to
never-
not be able to make no free throws.
He ain't
where
never
he
shot
get
40%.
He ain't got to shoot 40%.
He ain't never shot 20% from the three-point line.
He ain't got to shoot 20%.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep doing what I do. They can't do nothing about it.
No, it's not.
You know what? This situation about to get hot. I'm gonna pass y'all out some water. 'Cause this is big boiling water.
Okay, what's special about this
Well,
water?
I'm gonna tell you something special that's better. You ain't gonna never ever see an African American on the water, but that show look like Lonzo Ball.
What's special about it? I don't care what's on it. What's in it? What's going to make it better? What's going
Zero nitrates. You know what that means? That's the purest water you can get, untouched by human hand. Comes straight from the bore right into the bottle.
This ain't come out your
This ain't no
faucet?
purification.
This ain't come out your faucet?
No, straight from Lithuania.
I was just going to say.
Underwater.
Lithuania.
It's imported water.
You were busy.
You drink this, I guarantee you, 20 more years.
Really?
Look how it tastes.
Wow.
It slid down your throat, you didn't know it was water.
That would it taste like water.
Will it make Shannon bigger? I want to know.
It'll make Shannon healthier. I don't think Shannon can get no bigger.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
No, I ain't trying to get no bigger.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get healthier.
Yeah.
Okay, back
to do it like this, where they getting all these players, ain't the players, it's the coach. You don't have the coach, you out of luck. So you can get as many players as you want. If you don't have a system or you don't understand what you're getting ready to do, you're not going to win. I don't care. You can get everybody that's good.
So you're saying LeBron James without Lonzo cannot win a championship in Los Angeles?
LeBron James without Lonzo is not going to win a championship in L.A. I guarantee that. Lonzo's not playing now. Them players you thought was good ain't that good. It ain't like this is new. The same thing happening. How many players you hear about at UCLA right now? TJ Leafs, EK, whatever. You don't hear about none of them guys because Lonzo's not there to make them look as good as they are. Brandon Ingram struggling, Hart struggling, Kuzma struggling. They all going to struggle if Lonzo ain't in the picture.
Is it possible?
Somebody going to play.
We doing good. Because we close at age, we got a lot of the same. And then you ruined it by talking about Lonzo is better than
Yeah. So, LeVar
Bro,
Ball's back. He's crazy. He's legitimately crazy.
What does that even classify
But you know
as?
what? I thought I hated him. I thought I hated him, bro.
I think he's just an A1 troller.
I think no. Okay, I'm not gonna say he needs his own show. No, I'm not gonna say that. But I think he needs to be a recurring guest every other week.
You don't think a little bit is a little crazy?
Well, he brings ratings.
I mean, he's doing that. He's doing that just to put his son's name out there. His product. He has his own water now. How did that happen? He has his own water now.
That's crazy, man.
Like,
you heard what Shannon said? He said, "You got this out of your faucet."
You got this out of your faucet, bro. And like, bro, that's the most tired I've ever seen Shannon look.
Yeah.
He's just like, why am I doing this? It's like talking. It's not even like talking to a brick wall. It's like talking to like a brick wall fortified with like a 5-inch thick metal right behind it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's. Bro, it's bad.
He, at the same time,
it's mind-boggling.
I get it that they're just gonna laugh at when he says he's better than LeBron. Yeah. But you know how there's a psychological thing is the more you say
talk about it,
the more you believe it.
Yeah.
I think he really manipulates you in a way where he's like, without Lonzo, you're nobody. I mean,
honestly, he talked his son into getting drafted second overall by the Lakers. Honestly.
He talked to the scouts like that, or
no? He was on the news and everything. He just kept talking Lonzo up, and so eventually the Lakers are just like, "All right, we'll do it." You know, because when you see him at UCLA, he didn't even make it past the Sweet 16 in college. He didn't show up that last game. And he only put up like 6 points that last game. Right? Everybody watched it, but he still talked him up, and the Lakers are just like, "All right, we'll do it." And now, you know. Now that he's coming back, do you think other teams are going to be like, we don't want to deal with the baggage of having LeVar Ball come along with Lonzo, you know? But, I mean, I guess he's a marketing genius. For as much of the crazy shit that he says, he's getting views. Like you said, he's getting hits, he's getting views. People are talking about it. And, I mean, Lonzo's still in the picture. I mean, if he sucked, if he was trash, then people wouldn't take him seriously. But the fact that he's actually decent...
Yeah, he's decent, but he's not
great.
He's not decent
because
he's also young too. So people might take a chance and think that they can mold him.
Oh my god! Could you imagine if he was on the Rockets?
Oh, like he wouldn't get no playing time. I'll tell you that.
I think Daryl Morey doesn't play. Daryl Morey would have traded his ass so fast.
If you imagine if he was on the Spurs, Pop wouldn't have that. Pop wouldn't have that.
Pop would literally have guards like.
Yeah, because nobody respects Luke right now. Yeah, and Magic is like.
Yeah, remember last episode I told you they were having like a shouting match with Luke Walton, Michael Beasley, and who's the other guy? Michael Beasley and Lance Stevenson. They were having like a yelling match with Luke Walton because they called him bro. They called him bro.
Well, Luke is not that old either.
Yeah, he's not that much older than him. But that's it for the NBA. I'm pretty sure next episode there's going to be a lot more spicy news.
Oh, yeah. Because since football's over, it's all about basketball now, dude.
Yep. So we got one thing to touch on in the Major League Baseball world. The Phillies and Marlins agreed to a deal. 4 players are going to the Marlins, including Sanchez and Alfaro, in return for JT Realmuto. The Astros were trying to get this guy. He's like one of the all-star catchers who can really hit really well, too. So he's off the market now, so we'll see. I can't wait for baseball season now that football season's over and basketball season, all-star break's coming along. Spring training starts in October. So, look forward. Not October. What am I saying? It starts in April. March.
My God.
Something.
Was that
anyways, yeah. Anyways, moving on. UFC 234 is happening. We've got Jim Crute versus Sam Alvey in a light heavyweight bout. Now these two chicks, both of them, Nadia Kassem and Montana De La Rosa, both gorgeous. Both gorgeous.
Hey, stop objectifying women.
I'm not. I'm just
My
calling,
gosh,
I'm just calling them what they are.
bastard.
They're gorgeous. So this is for a flyweight bout. Montana De La Rosa versus Nadia Kassem.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got a bantamweight men's.
All pretty good
bantamweight,
fighters.
Ronnie Yaya versus Ricky Simon. Then we got the last style bender.
Would you say?
Last Airbender? Was
Last
it
Airbender.
Oh,
Would you say?
No, because he calls it style bender. I don't know. Something
Wow,
like that.
that's weird.
Israel Adesanya versus the GOAT.
Anderson
The
Silva,
GOAT
dude.
of MMA, Anderson Silva.
Oh my gosh, dude.
This is going to be a good fight because both of them are very eccentric and very
yeah, and I think
moving.
people are gonna watch that more than the main card. Yeah.
Now for the middleweight belt, we've got Bobby Knuckles, aka Robert Whitaker, versus Kelvin Gastelum for the main event middleweight belt. So that's today at 9 p.m. At Red Laver Arena in Melbourne, Australia. It should be actually going on right now, maybe, because you know how they're a day ahead. So
Are they? I don't know about
Who'd
that.
you say is pretty hot?
Okay,
Who did you say was hot?
both of them.
Nadia
I'll actually show you all right
and
now.
Montana De La Rosa.
Okay, but speaking about the UFC,
Yes.
guess who Dana White said who deserves to fight? No, Beeb.
Khabib?
Yeah.
Who?
Yes, just guess, bro. Think about it.
Ben Askren?
Think about the fight we saw before, like the main card.
Before the main card.
The fight right before Conor McGregor versus
The Houston guy?
Khabib. No.
No.
It was really bloody.
I'm trying to remember.
It was really bloody.
Oh, that one guy that got his
Yes.
Who was that? I'm trying to remember.
Tony Ferguson, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Bro,
That's gonna be a good
Dana
fight.
White said Tony Ferguson deserves to fight Khabib. I want to watch
the
that
one
fight.
that got his kids or the other guy that
No, the other guy.
No,
the
the
guy
other
that
guy.
won, the guy that won with the elbows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like he basically
But
like
they've
a
been
fly
trying to
swan.
set that fight up for like 5 years in a row, and somebody gets hurt.
But like Dana White wants it to happen. Like,
This is
bad.
This is Montana De La Rosa.
Yeah.
She's cute.
But dude, can you imagine that fight? Forget any other fight. Khabib against Tony Ferguson. Because, like, look, Tony Ferguson is a good all-around. He can strike and he can grapple.
Yeah.
And Khabib's main forte is grappling, you know what I mean?
sir.
So I want to see what Tony Ferguson can do. Because, you know, Tony Ferguson is going to go heads up with Khabib for blow. And it's going to be, dude, it's going to be a great fight. I can't wait till that happens.
Yeah. Now, that's it. That's what we got for sports. I was going to talk to you about the Zac Efron Ted Bundy movie.
Yeah, so I think I saw a bit of that. I want to see what Zac Efron can do.
Yeah, in a serious role. Because
Wait, hold on. They're trying to run a
Ted Bundy movie.
with Zac Efron being Ted Bundy, young Ted Bundy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'll see it working.
Yeah.
Dude, that's gonna be a different role for him.
Yeah, it is.
He's gotta have
Exactly.
a fucked
I mean,
up
they kind of look the same.
He's gonna have to have a fucked up ass personality in that movie.
Yeah, he has to. They're gonna show all that. Yeah, because I remember because I watched the documentary on Netflix, and all these women were just like, "Oh, he's actually really hot. He's actually really cute, like Ted Bundy." And so a lot of people were criticizing why are they putting Zac Efron in there, because they need the actor to be attracted. Because a lot of people back then were just like, "Oh, Ted Bundy's so cute." So why wouldn't they cast Zac Efron as a guy? So that's gonna be a good one. They got Honey Boy, which is a Shia LaBeouf kind of. Which is basically him, like an autobiography of his own life. He's playing, I think he's playing his dad or something. But that's just what's out right now. They just had him at Sundance Film Festival not too long ago. So that's all I got for movies. Do you have any like shows or stuff that you? True Detective season 3 again.
I know. Dude, I just got started on The Punisher. I finally finished season 3 of Daredevil. That was good. Dude, the actor for Wilson Fisk is just amazing.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Forget any of that. Like,
he comes back, spoiler thing. I didn't see the 3rd season of Daredevil yet.
but dude, all they had trailers saying Wilson Fisk was going to be in
you're
there.
right, you're right.
So I was like, I didn't spoil anything.
You're right.
You just had to live under the rock if you didn't know.
Season 2 of Punisher is dope.
Dude, I saw the first episode. Like, John Baratheon rocks his shit in that one, bro.
for sure.
Oh, my God.
What you been watching, Sean?
So last night I actually watched because I was hearing about that dumb documentary, Abducted in Plain Sight.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, when I tell you that's the most, I
up.
get it. Like people were very naive because bad stuff didn't happen.
The parents, like,
The bad stuff. What happened?
it was something with, like, the parents. They, like, let it
Dude, it
happen or
was
something.
so
Messed up.
stupid how dumb you can be. So
Just give us like a
I'm gonna give you a
synopsis
rundown.
without spoiling it.
The guy,
Yeah,
so it was a family from Pensacola, Iowa, or some shit like that.
Pensacola.
Pensacola, some
Something
Pensacola.
like that.
It was Pensacola, something like that.
Yeah.
So it was back in the 70s.
Okay.
So it was 3 sisters and the parents.
Yeah.
So the guy, the family that came to the neighborhood knew. So the man got a fixation on one of the daughters, right?
Yeah.
But he was so friendly. There you go. See, look how they look.
Yeah.
This is the actual family.
Oh my!
The other
gosh.
family, the guy had a fixation on the youngest, which is the one.
Dude,
on the
it's a
bottom.
Stepford family.
Yeah, it's just
Basically.
back in the 70s. So pretty much this guy manipulated this family so much that to the point where he had therapy going on because they said he had some type of like issues going on
Who's
with
he?
him.
Who
the guy, his name was Birchtold.
Oh,
they
the
called him
manipulator.
The manipulator, the
Okay.
guy from next door. The one they said he was so nice or blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah.
yeah.
He had a family too. So the guy actually was so good at manipulating them that he told them that part of his therapy was to cuddle kids.
Yeah.
Cuddle
Okay.
children.
Yeah.
Like, why the fuck you don't cuddle your own children, right? Because you
Yeah.
have kids too. So they allowed him for 6 months straight to cuddle their daughter every night.
As a therapy.
As a therapy, bro. Like, I was like, bro, and the dad was like, okay, well, if it helps, like, you just do it. Like, pretty much as dumb as
Just
rocks, bro.
complicit. Yeah.
And he freaking abducted her twice, bro. He
How?
did it one time, and he said, "Oh, I was abducted by aliens," and all. They believed everything he was saying, dude. Like he was so good.
But it's
There was
because
just-
like, they knew he had mental problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, well, he's just therapy, bro." They even, you know what he did with the manipulator guy? That his name was Birchtold. He made the husband. They were talking. He made him masturbate. He's like, I need a sense
Stop
of
it.
relief. And he's like, what do you mean you need a sense of relief? He goes, I just want to have sex all the time, but I need a sense of relief. So the dad fucking jacked him off
Wow.
because he said, I need a sense of relief. And since he said, I need a sense of relief, he was like, okay, well, I just want to help you, so I'll do it. Bro.
Man, it's some crazy shit. I'll have to watch that. This is crazy.
It's stupid, bro. It's like, how can you be so...
And that's the level of being too nice.
Yep. This is coming from Culture by Sophie Gilbert. The new Netflix documentary, Abducted in Plain Sight, is a bewildering account of one girl's kidnapping by a family friend. Man, there's some crazy people out there.
Nowadays, dude, you just see some kind of sense something. Like, they were sensing that he was giving too much attention to their daughter.
Yeah.
But they didn't want to think like, oh, well, they didn't even know what child molester meant back in that town. In the
Was this
70s.
like, is
Yeah,
this like in
'cause-
a boondocks? Kind of like...
Oh, it was a small town.
Oh, okay.
But it was in the 70s. There's already cases like that.
Yeah.
But I guess from their town, everybody trusted everybody.
Yeah.
They didn't even lock their doors in their houses, what they were saying.
That's
it was like,
wild, man. That's wild. Yeah, I'll have to lock that. I'll have to watch that. Anthem. Everybody's playing Anthem.
Yes, I've
Segue
seen it.
to video games.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm going to get it. I mean, most of what I'm getting is like everybody says, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. I mean, of course, it's like the alpha and the beta demo, so it's not that much. So, I mean, we'll see how it goes.
Sea of Thieves is free this week.
You keep talking about that game, dude.
It's free.
I'm not getting it.
What? It's free.
I'm not going to get it.
It's
I'm sorry,
free.
dude. I just don't.
God,
I don't like
you
the
guys.
aesthetic of the game. I know I'm going to get mad.
It's fun.
It's not going to happen.
How is it not? Why don't you like the state of the game?
no.
It's dope. All right, whatever.
Unfurl the sail. Why aren't you unfurling the sail? Okay, I'm done. I'm
okay,
done.
fair enough. What else is going on in the world? Anything else? to add?
No, I mean,
Sean.
what can I think of? Oh, yeah. Something stupid that I saw on the news. So, you know how Buc-ee's is a Texas gas station?
Yes.
So, Buc-ee's actually opened its first out-of-state gas station.
Oh, in where?
In
It was
Alabama. Out of all places, they decided to jump. I'd have thought Louisiana, because Louisiana's a little bit more
Louisiana,
closer.
yeah.
Not even Albuquerque, but I think Louisiana's a little bit more closer to Texas, because a lot of Texans go that way.
Maybe
because of
Oklahoma.
Lake Charles, obviously.
right.
But they just went to Alabama. So Alabama, they're suing Buc-ee's because their gas is too cheap. And they're not making enough money. They're suing Buc-ee's because gas is under $2. And they're trying to sell that
Whose
there.
fault is that?
That's stupid, dude.
Yeah, that is.
So apparently
insane.
there's a federal law in the state of Alabama that gas can't be cheaper than $2.
Yeah.
And gas was like $1.85.
Can't be cheaper than $2.
And gas, but
That's
that's
a
what
scale.
Buc-ee's does. They get their gas cheap.
Cannot be cheaper than $2.
Yeah, they're suing Buc-ee's.
It can. So you saying it
They
can't go lower?
They try to do a good thing.
than $2.
Everybody just shits all over it, man.
Yeah, I just can't believe that. Like, no. So
Nope.
I don't have no
No.
reason to go to Alabama.
No.
I'm
No.
sorry. Like,
Not going. Well, why would you want to go to Alabama? Nothing.
it's more for like the history.
They should have done it in Lake Charles, to be honest. If they were going to do it anywhere else,
In Louisiana, yeah,
because that's such a big hotspot on I-10.
Yeah.
You put a Buc-ee's in a hot area of commute, and right there on I-10, I would have done it. I would have done it right there after. Well, I don't know if there's one in Beaumont because every time I go to Lake Charles, there's not one in Beaumont.
I'm not for sure.
But
I'm
I
honestly not for sure.
I would have put one right in between Baton Rouge and Lake Charles.
Yeah.
That would have been a hot spot right there.
Dang, this is coming from ABC 13 News. So you know how all these politicians have been caught for getting caught in their old yearbooks for using blackface? Joy Behar from The View is under fire for using blackface in the past.
Joe Behar?
Not Joe, Joy.
I mean, Joe. You know what I'm talking about? Joy Behar?
Was that the lesbian one?
No, that's the one with the red hair.
Oh, the one with the red hair.
Yeah.
What?
Yep, she's got caught for using blackface. I'll pull up the article. Let me pull it up real quick.
First of all, who
Why-
pulled
why
up that
is-
yearbook?
Why do people even use blackface to begin with?
Because I thought it was funny back then. 'Cause
Yeah,
a lot of
it
people
was
use it.
it was a different time.
This
back
is
then.
coming from ABC 13 News.
Do it, and like this is the
Let me
worst
just
month to
skim
bring
through
that
it
up
real
to.
quick. Joy Behar and ABC were silent Thursday after an old photo resurfaced of the View co-host using makeup to darken her skin for a Halloween costume. The latest flashpoint in a series of blackface scandals making national headlines. The 76-year-old didn't mention the clip on Thursday's show one day after an editor for the entertainment website The Wrap tweeted the 3-year-old segment of Behar discussing a resurgence of curly hair. During the 2016 segment, Behar displayed a 1970s era of herself at a Halloween party where she was 29. She says the hair was her own and that she was dressed as a beautiful African woman. So, look forward to hearing the scorn of the public from that. Don't do
Dude, it's
blackface.
already happening.
Yeah.
It's already happening.
Yep. So yeah, fun.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'll look forward to hearing more of the news about that. So that's all I got. You got anything else?
Nah, man, I ain't got nothing else.
Sean, you good?
I'm good, man.
All right, fellas. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on episode 33. Thank you for Dub. What's his real name?
Dub?
Dub. We'll call him Dub.
Yeah, just call him Dub.
Dub.
Robinson or something like that.
It's Dub.
Just call him Dub.
It's
Just call him Dub.
Dub it is. Thank you, Dub, for calling in. Other dude is still asleep, so
Yeah.
yeah, we'll catch him next episode.
Okay, next time.
Yeah, we'll get him next time. So without further ado, thank you for listening to us. Thank you for supporting us. My name is Justin.
My name is Sean.
Sham wow, sham bam kablam, sham goddamn. I'll catch y'all later.
Damn, goddamn, out.